Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second episode of The Usual Critics, where your average Joes talk about upcoming films. And sorry for the long wait. We were in some huge budget cuts lately, as we have not done one for a couple of months now. But anyways, we are back, and we are here to talk about the movie. It is February. We're going to talk about the probably the movie that took everyone off guard a bit, and it's a Deadpool. Yes, Deadpool. Um, there was a lot of hype behind it, but as we will talk about in this episode, we will see for some of us if the hype was real or not. And just a little brief, quick origin story from our comic book expert, Mr. Joe. How you doing, Mr. Joe?
Hey guys, how you doing?
So we're gonna brush up real quick on our Deadpool, and just Joe, if you can let us know, what did you think about the actual movie compared to the comic? Was it good? Was it not good? If you can kind of let us know about that.
Sure. Well, I gotta say, this has been the most accurate comic book to film transition I have ever seen in my life. It has been 100% accurate portrayal of Deadpool by the man Ryan Reynolds. He practically is Deadpool. No other actor could have pulled this off but him.
Okay, okay. So, like me, I wasn't too. I knew who Deadpool was. I read some comics. I didn't know much about him. Was the origin story the same or was it different?
It does have its differences. It does have its differences. For instance, in the comic books, Deadpool uh, has cancer like he does in the film. However, he goes to the facility called Weapon X, which also took care of inventing, Wolverine. So he
Okay,
ended up
okay.
signing up for them, and they offered him, a healing factor. However, unfortunately for Deadpool, they ended up creating a healing factor based on his cancer, which is why his appearance is all rotten and everything pretty bad because the cancer he has is his healing factor.
Okay, okay. So it was. You mean the character was literally the same, but there are differences then.
Yes, yes, there
Okay.
are.
So just real quick, in my understanding, I thought Deadpool had the same, I guess, adamantium
No,
as so that was
Deadpool does not
never
have any adamantium on him at all.
okay. So the past Deadpool movie was when he was
Okay,
Deadpool
let's
in.
get one thing straight. The past Deadpool never existed. We shall
Okay,
forever ignore it.
okay, okay. That's good. I wasn't just too caught up with the storyline. So the other thing that I was also gonna ask is the fourth breaking the wall. Um, pretty much in the comics, he acknowledges that he's a comic book. Is that
Yes, he
correct?
acknowledges that he knows that he's a comic book character and that his world is a comic book.
Okay, so yeah, they kind of did that in the movie too. So I just wanted to make sure that was the same thing.
Yeah.
And okay, so let's get started. As for some of you, we are gonna rate the movie and what we thought, and give you a little bit of background on the director and things like that. Joining us with us today is Mr. Kazu Wolf, Saul, and we're gonna start off with you, Saul. Pretty much, what you rate this movie, and was it worth the hype?
Was it worth the hype? If you like Deadpool, I think it was. Introduced to Deadpool, I think it was like just enough, and they did a really good balance between like somewhat of a love story, I guess, that was going on, and like it's basically him going through a normal day trying to get his revenge.
So, what would you rate it?
Mm, from 1 to 10, I'd give it an 8.5 because um, well, I was a Deadpool fan since before that, but like so it really hit home for me.
Okay,
Uh,
and the other thing was the director. A lot of people have been talking about the two storylines going on at the same time. Did you like that? Did you not like it? Did you think it was worth it? And you know how they go from what's going on to what happened before that?
Yeah, a lot of flashbacks, but that's only like the flashbacks stop I think halfway through the movie. I thought it was like a perfect uh, mix of the two, like 50-50. Uh, I did hear someone complain about that, but they were just like they're not a comic book fan or anything. So it was just like from a regular person that they kind of didn't like. They wanted the action to keep going instead of stopping to flashback, flashback. But I thought it was really nice. Also the intro, the little slow mo intro
Oh,
like in it reminded me of the Watchmen one, but the Watchmen one was amazing. This one was like, oh, I see what they're trying to go for.
okay. So on the rated R, the yeah, everyone's been, and this is a little bit. I want your intake on this, Joe. Would you guys say it was? I don't want to say worth it, but there has been a lot of complaints from a lot of people. Uh, mostly everyone liked it, but I have heard my fair share of it was nothing what I thought it was gonna be. You know, it's not worth it. What do you think, Joe? As a did should the director have considered the people that were not Deadpool fans?
Well, right now, this character, the thing that got him the film in the first place was his fans. So they had to make the film for the fans because it was because of them that this film got made in the first place.
Okay. So basically, I mean, the movie's been doing really good, and it was a low budget, which I don't know how they did it, but they did a good job for that low budget. So you would say it was worth it, just you know, going on with what they wanted to do.
Yes, it was most definitely worth it. I
Okay.
mean, I don't think it would have worked if it was, a PG-13 film, because the character. Let me tell you, the character is not meant for little kids. It's not even meant for young
No,
teenagers.
man, I felt
It's
bad
got to be adults.
for the
What you
parents who
think?
took their kids.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of those too. So, what about you, Saul? Do you think it would should have been a rated R?
Yeah, I mean, they labeled it as a hard R, which I guess it was, but maybe some kids. I can see how you could have taken a kid and some of the stuff would have gone over their head because there was a lot of, sexual innuendos and stuff like that. But I thought it was a good rated R movie. I think it's the highest selling rated R movie if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I did see that as well. So the next thing we're gonna be talking about, um, pretty much it's still with Deadpool, and it's something that I guess you could say another movie buff of my friend of mine was telling me about. He goes, it just the movie felt a little bit too I don't want to say saturated, but he felt that they were just leaving a lot of doors open for like X-Men. I heard that even the Avengers ship was there. I don't know if you guys noticed the ship.
The helicarrier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a carrier.
Yeah.
My response was Deadpool is known to be in all the universes, so that's
yeah.
why they did it.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, no, it's just that they want to introduce him to a lot of movies. What do you think, Saul? I'm not too sure about that one.
Well, on the writer's point or whoever did that, I guess the director was that's a brilliant idea because he's like, oh, well, he can exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because obviously that was a helicarrier, even if they don't tell you. And with X Men was that's perfect also because I think X Men is part of Fox also, so that's like a really easy crossover to do. Even though they're a bit more on a serious point right now with the X Men storyline, but I think that's already gonna end right with Apocalypse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you'd say it's a go, like it's a good thing to what they did. Like, I mean, pretty much what I'm asking is, did they do it to make him come out in other movies, or did they do it because it's part of his universe?
Mm, well, it could be either way. I don't think they did it like explicitly just to leave the door open for other uh, sequels. I guess But he's part of that universe, man. And if they have the right to mutants, they're gonna use mutants. So of course you gotta throw them in there and merchandising and all that. I think they did Colossus pretty well. Some people
Yeah.
complained that his Russian accent was too much, but
That
that
being said, Joe, with Colossus, since you are the book expert, what do you think?
I thought this was the most accurate portrayal of Colossus I've ever seen. I mean, he had the size, the stature, the strength. I mean, it looked like he just came out of the comic book,
Okay, okay.
down to
Uh,
the Russian accent.
did you like the fact he was, Colossus the whole time?
I guess I could have used, how he looked in his human form. However, I think they went the right way by having him only in his metal form.
Oh, okay, okay. So you it was okay. It was
It
good
was
for
okay
you.
for me. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So back to the universe, or they're just using it as having open doors for other movies. What do you think? Do you think they did those Easter eggs to have just the regular, Deadpool's in all the universe, or did you think they used it?
I think it was just a little jab at Marvel Studios. I
Ah,
mean,
okay.
Fox and Marvel Studios do not have the best of relationships. They're pretty much like they have animosity towards one another, especially with the way things went with the Fantastic Four. After that film bombed and after what Fox did to it, Marvel cut all ties on the Fantastic Four in their actual comic books.
which Fantastic Four?
The Fantastic Four in general, like they disappeared from the Marvel universe in the comics.
Oh,
Oh
really?
yeah,
Yeah, they canceled their
that was in
book and
that was in
they
Fox, was
canceled
it?
their book. Yeah, no, that was Fox. And so what I think is Deadpool. Hopefully, I hope it means that it'll be kind of like them coming in together, the Marvel Studios and Fox,
I
and
think
hopefully
they
share
will.
Deadpool.
I think they will because they're releasing a new comic book, Deadpool versus
Yeah,
Gambit.
Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool in the comic books at Marvel. I mean, he's one of their best sellers, and Marvel's gonna keep using him. And with that,
And I heard that, I mean, as we all saw, Cable's coming out in
Yeah.
part two, so that's pretty much another merge. Like it's a huge role, no, in the what
yes,
are the
Oh
X
yeah, a lot
Men.
of people love Cable.
So I hope the second one's as good as this one. So what would you rate it, Joe?
I would have to give this film a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Okay, and as for me, I give it a 9 out of 10 as well. It was a really good film. Probably the only problem I had, as Saul said, also was I felt I wasn't too short, but I felt it could have been a bit longer, and it was good enough for it to be longer. So it made me want more. But that being said, finishing up on the Deadpool topic, we're gonna go on to the Marvel, well not Marvel, but the superhero movies of the year. Which in this case, in case you guys don't know, we already saw Deadpool. We still need Batman versus Superman in March, Civil War in May, X Men Apocalypse as well as May, Suicide Squad in August, and Gambit in October. I
I
And
think.
Doctor
was
Strange in November.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
Doctor Strange.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange in November. Yes. So as we can see, there's gonna be a lot of good movies, superhero movies this year, and I'll start it off with my top three, um, which my one and two are stuck together, which will be probably X Men Apocalypse and Civil War. Those two for me are just I can't choose between them. X Men Apocalypse. I mean, we can just talk about the other two movies have been amazing. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, due to the advertising and the marketing, I saw Apocalypse, and we all saw him in the purple suit, and everyone was
Oh.
complaining, and everyone was, no, it looks horrible and this and that, and then we see the first trailer, and it pretty much shut us all up. As I know, it shut me up. So it looks amazing, and Civil War. I, I mean, Captain America right now I say is out of all the Marvel movies, including the Avengers, probably the best film, not storyline. Like the movies in general are the best ones. Captain 2, as a lot of people say, it's been the best superhero movie. Oh, Marvel superhero movie, the best one there's been. And then we see Civil War, which is pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, a part three of
Yes,
Captain
that's the
America.
third part
Yeah.
in his Captain America's trilogy.
So I can't say I can't choose between them. They both look real good. In one way, Apocalypse is the ultimate bad guy for X Men, so that's there. And the other one is, it's Civil War. We all know Cap dies. So there's a lot of people wanting to see that movie to see what's gonna happen. I heard there's gonna be a real controversial ending. So those would be my top two. And my third one will probably be. I can't believe I'm choosing. I'm gonna choose Suicide Squad over Batman versus Superman. The reason I don't have Batman versus Superman up there is because I feel it's kind of risky. It's been real. They've been real. I guess unsure of themselves. It feels that way with the as we all saw. We saw several trailers months, maybe even a year, right? Years before. Like we saw the first trailer like like a year ago,
Yeah.
and as one of our Carlos, he's not here right now. He said they showed the last trailer not that long ago, or the one another official trailer, and he goes, "This should have been the first one." And
Yes.
I completely agree. In this new one, you see, I don't know if it's Doomsday, but a lot of people say it's Doomsday. You see Doomsday, um, and then you see Wonder Woman, and you see Batman and Superman. They kind of insinuate that they're gonna go up against them, and it just seems like a lot to intake from a movie trailer. Yet this last one kept it simple and kept it what it says it is: Batman versus Superman, which is the trailer looks amazing. And if I would have seen that one from the beginning and they would have kept that one, I'm just going based off what I've seen. And from what I've seen, Civil War and X Men Apocalypse are the my top two. And like I said, Suicide Squad just looks like they can take any movie right now. Um, we have Jared Leto in it, which I think will do amazing. Miss Robbie, who's playing Harley Quinn, and I'm really excited to see what Will Smith has to offer for what's his Deadshot, right? Deadshot.
Yes,
Yeah.
Deadshot.
So those are my top three. Gambit, Gambit's too, not too risky, but we don't know much. We haven't
Haven't
heard
seen
much.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then from there, the only other one left would be Doctor Strange. And like I said, Doctor Strange would be the dark horse for me. But like I said, they haven't said much either. But those are my top three. It's gonna be Civil War and X Men tied, and Suicide Squad for third. I don't know. What do you think, Joe? Which ones are?
Well, let's see. My top three would be Civil War at number one. Then on second, I would have to choose. I'm gonna go with X Men. I really loved the previous one. And for number three, I'm gonna have to go with Doctor Strange, only because of the cast that they have. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that
can you fresh it up on that? Because I haven't really read up much on Doctor Strange.
right now Doctor Strange is filming in London, England. They've been filming for quite a bit. I mean, that cast list is pretty much one heck of an Oscar-worthy cast list. Almost everyone who's on it has been nominated for an Oscar, and I think it's one of the most solid castings I've ever seen for a comic book film. So I hope to see great performances from the actors.
Which would
Uh,
be it would be
Not,
it's Benedict, right?
it's Benedict Cumberbatch, Rachel McAdams. I forgot this guy's name.
The Joe for
Oh,
it's Stone.
yeah, him. The guy that came out. What's his name? What's his name? Who played the chief in Casino Royale?
Oh, oh yes, yes. I'll go ahead and let me look that up real quick.
Yeah,
But keep going, keep going.
Who's he playing?
and Tilda Swinton.
That is true. Who is he playing?
They have not released that information yet.
They
All we
have
know that he's in the movie.
Really? So wait,
Yeah,
I heard that the ancient one
yeah.
was being played by, I think you said
Tilda
her.
Swinton.
Yeah.
Tilda
Yeah.
Swinton.
Okay, so she, his name is Mads Mikkelsen.
Mickelson. Yes, Matt.
Yes. So the only one we've really heard is the who's, because even Rachel McAdams, they haven't said. I mean, I guess she's gonna be the love interest,
Yes.
and Benedict Cumberbatch would be Doctor Strange, and I know was the ancient one would be what was her name again?
Who
Tilda
was the
Swinton.
ancient one in the comics, Joe?
Yeah,
Because I
that's
don't
true.
remember it being a female.
No, the ancient one was an Asian old man,
Oh
and they
yeah.
changed him
Although
to you know.
I think Tilda Swinton also played like Gabriel in
Constantine, yes.
Constantine.
Yes.
Yes. So maybe there's just they
Should
like
be
what she
close.
did
Yep.
there. Yeah, like I liked her as Gabriel. But anyways, so those would be your top three.
Yes.
Which one are you most, well, you're most excited about Civil War, as I can see.
Yes. Yes. Civil War is pretty much the one that I'm really looking forward to because the Russo brothers, what they did with Winter Soldier, was amazing, and I really, these guys really know how to direct multiple actors in a single scene due to their previous expertise in television directing. So they know how to handle multiple actors in a single scene, and they know how to do action. So I'm really hoping Civil War is probably gonna have some of the best fighting sequences ever, like Winter Soldier had.
Okay. Would would you say because that's something we were talking about last time. Uh would you say they're gonna keep the storyline as far as killing off Cap?
Well, we really don't know with Marvel. I mean, you really don't know, especially now. I mean, I really doubt it. However, I mean, Marvel's also been doing the whole, oh, he's dead, oh, he's not dead. So I hope if they do kill off someone, I hope it's permanent, kind of like with apparently Quicksilver is. But if they do kill someone, I hope it's not someone that's as big as Cap.
I heard it was gonna be War Machine.
We don't know yet. The traders point to that direction, but who knows?
Okay, and Saul. What would be your top three?
Well, you know my number one was
Yeah.
X Men Apocalypse because the second one just blew me away. Days of Future Past.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Number two. Mm, I mean, I see Civil War and I know it's gonna be good, but
You don't buy
I
into
don't
the
know.
hype.
No, yeah, since it's just like Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron was really disappointing for me. So
A lot
I
of
just
people.
that movie, man. I was expecting a lot more. Number two, I would put probably Suicide Squad because they're bringing back the Joker. Like I hate to say Suicide Squad, but what I've seen, it's a lot more interesting than what I was expecting. And yeah, like anytime the Joker shows up, people are gonna go watch that. And Jared Leto's a good actor also. For the third one, like Joe said, Doctor Strange. It just looks like, I mean, Cumberbatch is. Have you seen him as Doctor Strange?
I haven't seen the no, I haven't seen it.
The preview? No. Oh, well, he looks like he might do like a really really good job. New franchise right there.
So would you say that from what you've seen, you're most excited about obviously X Men Apocalypse? Would you say it will be as good as the second one?
Mm, no, I'm not expecting it to because they've said that they went like a bigger direction. So I'm thinking like Transformers type or Age of Ultron type. So I'm kind of scared for that because the director's like, no, we're going bigger. This is gonna be like world-ending scenario type deal, and I'm like, I don't know about that
The the
direction. But
the only thing I don't like is I don't know if you've seen the new poster. It looks pretty intense. It's Apocalypse staring into its skull, like
uh,
just I guess just falling apart. Um, would you say, Joe, out of all these movies, or would you say, Saul, out of all these movies, and this is my opinion, Apocalypse is should be the best one, just at the fact that it's one of the biggest guys in the
Shit.
Yeah, like it's one of the biggest bad guys we've seen. It's Apocalypse. The only other bigger guy is Thanos. As far as like, yeah, like this is Apocalypse. You know, no one can take him on. It's always. I would expect this, and it's something that I'm not. I'm not really. I've noticed that a lot of people are going crazy over Thanos coming out in the Marvel universe. Yet Apocalypse isn't getting that much of, I guess you could say, the hype.
Imagine, imagine like for Rise of Thanos or whatever the movie's called, they actually get together with Fox and they bring in the X-Men to fight Thanos. That'd be like, well, that'd be like way too many characters, but that'd be insane.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, do you feel that Apocalypse should be the best film?
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah,
It should be, but like I said, I was scared about them expanding to
yeah.
bigger
I think
characters.
that Apocalypse, by the villain itself and what it represents, should be the best film. I just hope that they
Well,
were able to give him enough story in one single film. Because remember,
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
Apocalypse only has one film. Thanos, they've been building him up by teeny tiny, screen times,
yeah, but
but
they
you've
don't
already
really
know
show
them
you
just
anything
presence.
for Thanos.
Exactly. No, I know, but like I'm saying, like
Like, yeah, you know
you knew
he's the
about
big
Thanos in
bad guy.
Avengers One. You knew about Thanos in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Here, you're being introduced to Apocalypse right just there. Boom. So
So
I,
real quick, for some people that might not know about Apocalypse, which Joe knows in middle school, I had told him that if there was ever an Apocalypse movie, I'd go ape shit on it because he's my favorite villain. Um, just real quick, Joe, how as we saw, they are going by the comics in the end credits of Days of Future Past. Um, they go back to the Egyptians where he was pretty much the one building it. And this is real quick because I think it used to be Age of Apocalypse. Now it's called X Men just Apocalypse, right?
Yeah, because Age of Ultron came out probably.
Yeah. Would you say they're gonna stick to the powers and abilities that he has? Because it kind of looks like they're not. I don't know. I don't know. If it was just me.
Well, he turned like super
Yeah, he's a
triangle a little bit.
shapeshifter. That I know that, so they kept that. The only thing is, like in the comics that I know of, he control all the mutants,
I think that's the power they've given him for this film.
right?
Yeah,
Okay, but yeah, that's one thing. I was like a lot. I mean, since I was the first one to bring X Men up there, I just felt it's not getting. I guess you could say as much hype.
Attention.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah,
it should. I
I've
mean,
seen other like I watch other reviews and people are like, "Oh man, these movies are coming out, boom, 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 boom," and I'm like, "I think I'm missing one," and they always miss X Men Apocalypse. I'm like, "What the hell, man? That's my
yeah,
most anticipated movie."
that's just something I've noticed. But besides that, Joe, the next thing I wanted to talk about is, um, as we see here, it's Deadpool, Civil War, X Men Apocalypse, Suicide Squad, Gambit, Doctor Strange, all Marvel. Batman and Superman. You know, it's DC Universe, and I think you guys informed me right now they're already filming
Justice League.
Justice League. What's your take on that?
It's a bold move,
okay.
man, because you don't know how
Yeah,
Batman versus Superman is doing yet. The movie might do terrible.
Yes, I'll have to agree with what Soul says. I think they're really trying to play catch up with Marvel, and they pretty much just putting all their bets on Batman v Superman.
They're rushing. Like,
They're
imagine
rushing
if
a bit too
Fantastic
much, but
Four had
yeah,
started filming a sequel before it came out. That movie did horrible.
so that's how you see it. Like, wow, that's a really
yeah.
I see what you
Uh,
mean. I see what you mean. So real quick, who is producing who's producing Dawn of Justice? I know Zack Snyder's directing it.
Yeah.
because they're gonna make a Wonder Woman one, right?
Yes, they're filming.
But that one is gonna be after the Justice League, right?
Yes.
So like my thing was um
It's
the way
produced
the
by.
way the way I thought they're gonna do it was like the way Marvel did it, which was
Yeah.
pretty much they'll go one by one, introduce you
Well,
to the
here's the thing. I think that's the reason why they're doing what they're doing right now. They're trying to go ahead and differentiate themselves from Marvel. They instead of doing the one by one route, they'd rather have them all together at the same time and then spread them out to their own film.
I don't know. I mean, what was it you so who told me that I think you were the first one that told me that they were gonna do the Flash movie. They haven't even told mentioned anything
I
about the
know.
Flash. Like they haven't said anything.
Well, we'll be introduced to the Flash in the Justice League film.
Yeah, I don't think they've cast an actor as Flash yet.
And
I think they have Ezra Miller.
They did?
who?
Yeah,
Oh,
Ezra
right.
Miller.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh? As a Flash?
yes, as the Flash.
Isn't he kind of young?
Well,
Well,
Still waiting for him to grow.
which Flash is he playing?
Barry Allen.
Really?
Yes, that's another thing. It might cause
Uh,
confusion. We
yeah,
already have a TV
cause
Flash, but now we have a film Flash.
yeah, cause he's
Two
pretty
actors portraying the same character.
he's pretty young though, isn't he? Like 22,
Early 20s, I think.
22, 24. I mean, hopefully he does a good job. I mean, I like the Flash, the show,
Yeah.
I
but
hope Batman versus Superman bombs and Suicide Squad does amazing, so they'll just focus on villains, and that's like, oh, that's the DC villains.
I mean, I doubt it because you're talking about the two biggest superheroes,
I
if
know.
not,
I'm
if
really
not,
curious about that movie.
if not the biggest, like Batman. Um, I'd say Superman is probably up there too, right, Joe?
Yes.
That's the
Superman
biggest.
has the most recognizable, the second most recognizable symbol along with Batman.
And yeah, because I think it was I don't know if it was you who told me that Batman they've done polls and he's like way
More popular.
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so with our closing statement this coming year, or for this episode, if you could see a movie right now out of the ones upcoming, which one would you want it to be?
Gambit, because that's my favorite superhero, and I
I
have not seen anything from that.
I would
I'm really, really, really curious.
for Gambit.
Yeah, it's my favorite superhero, and I would think it's probably gonna get pushed to next year because there's
It's too
no
soon.
marketing for that.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. For me, I would probably say Suicide Squad.
You won't.
I would want to see how that one does before all the other ones. And Mr. Joe,
I would have to go with Doctor Strange. I want to see how that film will look visually. I
oh,
mean, I've read the 60s comics and gotta say, it has some of the best artwork I've seen. So I want to know how they'll translate that from the comic book onto film.
okay. Well, guys, thanks for stopping by, and we will be making another episode probably after the Oscars to see what you thought about the decisions of who won the awards. Have a good one.
Later, guys.